Hey, what's up, guys? So today is Saturday, January 11th. Want to give you guys the update. Well, technically, yesterday was the first day one of on the road on building that $1 million trading portfolio. So yesterday I won. Yesterday was Friday. It was NFP. I did take a trade, right? So I did take a trade with YM. I did take some shorts. This was taken earlier before the NFP happened. Good thing about the NFP, right? Because I was in profit for by a few points. I had my stop loss at break even. But NFP did end up going into my direction, which was amazing. That did hit my trade for 1-6 risk to reward. This was yesterday. I made in the funded account for the first challenge, right? I did buy the $50,000 challenge. I made $2,806, right? It was a 1-6 risk to reward trade, which was very, very nice. I'm gonna break it down to you guys. Like I said in the previous video, I am not home, so I'm not really pretty much in my setup. I don't have anything, just my camera and my laptop. Trying to do my best to see if I can give you guys this education with the setup that I did take, right? Being transparency with you guys. Once I do get back home, I do have my entire setup, so I do have my, the full setup that it shows even better, right? Better quality and everything. Right now, it's just pretty raw. So I'm going to show you guys the Top Step account, right? This is the Top Step. Like I showed you guys the plan last video, where I'm going to show you guys that I'm going to do $500,000 or half 500,000 in Top Step, 500,000 in the other platform, which is Funding Pips. I do trade two different type of assets, which is US30 and gold, right? So those were my only two main focus, the only ones that I trade the most. On the Funding Pips, like I said, I don't know if I did say in the previous one, right? I'm going to use that one more as a swing trade, right? A swing / day trade. YM US30 is mostly focused on the New York session. We can say it's probably like a scalp trade or a day trade as well, because sometimes it might take a while to trade. But Top Step, I just really want to focus just on YM, and then Funding Pips, I just want to focus on gold. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys the account so far, right? We started at 50,000. So this right here is the Top Step account. You guys can see the balance here, 52,806. We're a few $100s away from passing the first challenge, right? We usually need to pass 30,000. Once we pass that, then we obviously officially pass the first account, which is 52,000, right? And the best thing that we literally passed it basically one day with this setup over here, which was a beautiful, you guys can see, a 1-6 risk to reward. As well, this is trading view. You guys can see the balance right there at 52,806. This is still the challenge. It's still not the live account, so transparency as well, not faking anything. This right here is the challenge. Whenever it's passed, it usually says express, right? Again, I apologize, guys, for the horrible way to break this down quickly for you guys. Once I get back home, I promise I'll give you guys the best quality so you guys can understand the trades, right? So let me just break this down very quick with this setup that we took. So on YM, right, we focus pretty much on a higher time frame. You guys have seen that YM, or we can also say US30, we've been pretty much just heading to the downside, breaking under structures. For example, right, we were in a very bullish trend, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? On the higher time frame daily, we started breaking under structures, shifting the structure from bullish to bearish, right? If we go here in the 4-hour time frame, there's these zones over here that I want you guys to pretty much focus on, which is going to be this one is one zone over here, right? This happened, I believe this was earlier of this month, right? We did see a very strong push to the downside. We did see that this area of support over here, which was my target, right, of yesterday, we did see that this area of support here, we were touched a few times. One tap here, push to the upside, another tap here, push, another tap here, push, right? But then notice how price action just kept remaining under these structures over here, still making it as a bearish condition, right, on the higher time frame. Because usually whenever we are shifting from bullish to bearish on a higher time frame, we need to break above the previous lower highs, which is something like this, so that price action can do this to then start heading back to the upside. As you guys can see over here, price action just kept failing, breaking above these structures over here, which still makes it as a bearish condition, right? Usually we need to wait for price action to do this, retest to start shifting the structure. Yes, we have touched multiple area of support, right, which those can be good confirmation, bullish signs that price action might have the possibility of shifting the structure, but we don't completely or 100% agree that it hasn't shifted unless it breaks above these lower highs over here, right? So again, for price to have the perfect shift to structure, it has to break above previous lower highs, even if we're touching area of support, right? Because again, these are just lows, but what really matters is above the highs. Once we take those highs, then we are shifting the structure. Same story goes whenever we are taking these lows, right? Whenever we're looking for very high quality sells, we need to break under these lows over here before price action can actually start heading to the downside, right? That's pretty much how you guys need to identify the shift of structures on the higher time frame. So check this out. We kept rejecting these zones over here. We have resistance here. We have resistance here, resistance here. And if you guys look towards these previous structures on the lower time frame, these was area of support, which price action just kept trading under. Push, rejected, sell. Push, rejected, sell. Push, rejected, sell. This was one of the trades that I took as well earlier this week with the VIP group with my team. Took these sells to the downside. Let me show it to you guys right now. Let me just log this in quickly. All right, which was this one over here. Final take profit, 300 points. Beautiful, beautiful sell, right? It was a 300-point trade, a 1-3 risk to reward, which was pretty much we rejected these zones. Notice how it remained under, and we just kept selling to the downside, right? Now check this out. This is where over here what caught my attention yesterday. If you guys notice these structures over here, what did we broke? We broke under another previous lows, right? So we went from a bullish structure on the lower time frame, right? From high to low, higher highs, higher lows, rejected those structure on the higher time frame, sold off. Boom, we have a lower high, a low. What we have next, boom, another break, a lower low. These lows over here are lower than the previous one. We have pulled back. What do we have? New lower highs, right? So this is the area of interest. Notice how many times price action has rejected it. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times in a row. We kept seeing EMA trading above it, which still confirms again as a bearish structure, right? So we kept trading under these structures over here. That still makes it as a valid bearish structures, right? Again, the only way it can shift structure is once we break above those previous lower highs over here, right? So once we break above those previous lower highs, this is where we can say, hey, price is ready to now shift structure from bullish to bearish. Let me see if you guys can kind of see it on the inverse side. Let's see if this makes sense. Inverted, yeah. So something like this. This is where you guys can pretty much say that, hey, price is now ready from bearish to bullish. Break above these lower highs over here, and boom, start taking off. Perfect, right? That's the only way that you guys can confirm a bullish structure. But notice again, we kept rejecting, right? So what I had yesterday in mind was very, very simple. We came back into this area of resistance. What do we saw? A major rejection towards here. Price started pushing back to the downside. What do we see? Another one. We see another push. Again, price rejected it, right? Boom, perfect. So we really have two confirmation that price kept rejecting it. We're not seeing very strong bullish push to the upside. We're not even seeing price actually getting close above it, right? We just kept rejecting it off. So once I saw this leg over here getting rejected, I waited for two simple things: a break of structure on the lower time frame and a pullback, which is an area of discounts, right? So my entry, the way that I get my entries is simply by waiting on the lower time frame. So once I see the price action rejects my area of interest, right, I had to go down into the lower time frame to start seeing the shift. So once we reject, for example, let's say we reject an area of resistance, for example, right over here, all I go is go down into lower time frame. So I gotta get this out of ads over here, my bad. So once we get those rejection towards these area of resistance, right, we go down in the lower time frame. Once we see the price action shift the structure from this bullish move from the lower time frame, right, because again, every time frame has its own time trend. So once we break structure of this bullish trend, then we simply wait for the discount, which is another pullback on the lower time frame. Wait for the fib play, right, from high to lows. See if price action rejects the golden zone. Once we reject those golden zone, then we start looking for sells back to the downside. So that's exactly what I did over here. Yes, we rejected this area of resistance, which is a good confirmation. All right, what do we see next? We see the shift of structure. Over here, we have bullish move. Highs, lows, highs, lows, highs. Boom, break under. That right here is a break of structure. So let's go into the 1 minute time frame. So right there, right, we broke that structure from bullish to now going bearish. All right, you guys can literally see it. Higher high, higher lows, higher highs. Boom, bearish, break under the structure. What do we do next? Fib play. High, previous low. What do we get? We get perfect pullback towards the 0.618, which is the golden zone, right? Only thing I did not like about this trade, but again, whenever you guys are taking trade, you guys need to know your risk to reward, right? You guys need to go into the trade with confidence, saying that, hey, I'm confident that I'm going to lose this much, and I'm confident that I'm going to make this much, right? You guys kind of got to have a positive mindset, because trading is a game of probability. Because probability is mostly like, what if, you know, price comes here, rejects everything that you do, but what if it goes to the opposite side, takes you out, right? You guys just got to have a great mindset coming into the market. So everything with trading is a game of probability. So the only thing I did not like about this was just this minor ranges over here. My entry confirmation, though, was this bearish engulfing candle after we rejected one more time the 0.618. We rejected the 0.168. We did see that price broke under. We got another pullback, right? This over here was the NFP open. This over here is where I already had my stop loss placed over here. So if I lost a trade, I would have lost over, I believe it was like 400 bucks. So I had a tight stop loss, which was 50 points. I would have lost 400 bucks. And then obviously if I hit the target was 2,000 bucks. Bearish confirmation here. We started seeing the push to the upside. Boom, NFP opens up, and look at this very, very strong push to the downside, which was obviously in favor. Perfectly hit my final take profit, which is going to be back into these major lows on the higher time frame. Perfect target would have played out for a very nice 1-6 risk to reward. This was very, very beautiful. Honestly, we could have also entered second position, but again, I was already done for the day. All I need is one trade. This trade over here was literally over 5.8%, which I need 6% to pass the challenge, which is insane. Now, all we got to do is just wait for Monday to pass the challenge. Once we pass the challenge, I'll update you guys. Then we buy another account, which is the $100,000 account. And then we just keep scaling, right? So very, very beautiful trade that we took. Very simple. Thank you, NFP, for being in our direction. Now we just wait for the next trade. So yes, that's the first trade that I took on the first challenge. Again, I apologize, guys, for not the very, very quality setup to show you guys the breakdown. But I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll just keep you guys updated. See you guys soon. As well, I'm going to post a link of the new Instagram so you guys can see those, small clips. But here's the Instagram page. I'm going to leave the link down below as well. See you guys soon.